Friends and family, Robbie and Joe are delighted that you have come here today to be with them on this special day. They would really like you to stay with them for the whole ceremony and not drift off into cyberspace. So you've got two choices with your phones. Either turn the volume up as loud as you can, so when you get a notification or a phone call, we'll all know who to blame, or turn them off. A professional photographer is making a record of the ceremony, and those photographs will be available for free online in the near future. A reminder that we meet on the lands of the Turrbal people. We respect and honour their elders past, present and future, and acknowledge the stories, traditions and living cultures of the Turrbal and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples on this land and commit to supporting their struggle for justice. Thank you. Please be seated. Hello and welcome to the wedding of Robbie and Joe. It's great to see you all here, renewing the bonds of family and friendship. Robbie and Joe would like to particularly thank those who have travelled from interstate and overseas. I would particularly like to welcome Robbie's prior partner Shirley and their two children, Caleb and Poppy, and Joe's prior partner Sheila and their child Anon. My name is David Winderley, and in case you haven't already guessed, I have the privilege of being their wedding celebrant today. This is a happy but bittersweet day because Joe's mother, who was the matchmaker for this union, passed away last year. We remember her today. Robbie and Joe would like to be given away by you, their assembled friends and family. So when I ask, who presents Robbie and Joe to be wed, respond, we do, and please do so wholeheartedly. Who presents Robbie and Joe to be wed?
We do.
All marriages begin in hope and in dreams. Robbie and Joe also began their new life together in hope, but they bring to this union a rich, separate set of lives that formed before they met and fell in love. Both have partners from previous marriage who are now friends and who they therefore love deeply but differently. And both have children from their previous marriage who they love just as they have always done. It has been a long and winding road that brought them to this point in their lives, and that life of loss and love will provide a strong and deep foundation for their future. As I alluded to a moment ago, this love, this happiness, began in loss. Joe and Robbie met because Joe's mother, Elva, had cancer, and Robbie was her oncologist. Sadly, she passed away. But before she died, she saw the spark between Robbie and Joe and urged Joe to listen to their heart. This wedding, this union, this day is her legacy. A gift that will transform the lives of Robbie and Joe and leave a warmth in the hearts of all of us here today for the rest of our lives. And now we will have a reading by Charles.
The reading is a poem, and I Have You by Nikki Giovanni. Rain has drops, sun has shine, moon has beams that make you mine. Rivers have banks, sands for shores, hearts have heartbeats that make me yours. Needles have eyes, though pins may prick, Elmer has glue to make things stick. Winter has spring, stockings, feet, pepper has mint to make it sweet. Teachers have lessons, soup du jour. Lawyers sue bad votes, doctors cure. Sorry. All in all, this much is true. You have me and I have you. Congratulations.
Beautifully read, Charles. The following wording, the monoton, is a legal requirement for all marriages. I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence, and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you now are about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Do you, Robbie, present yourself here today to be joined in marriage with Joe, promising to be faithful and honest with them as long as you both may live? please repeat after me. I do.
I do.
Do you, Joe, present yourself here today to be joined in marriage with Robbie, promising to be faithful and honest with them as long as you both may live? Please repeat after me. I do.
I do.
The following vows are also required by the Marriage Act in Australia. Firstly, Robert, you can state your vow.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Robert Patrick Down, take Joseph Thomas Johnston to be my lawful wedded spouse.
And now you, Joe.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that Joseph Thomas Johnston takes Robert Patrick Downs to be my lawful wedded spouse.
Robbie and Joe have also prepared personal vows which they would like to add, so if you could read those, please.
I love it that you're kind of weird, and I won't demand you trim your beard, just that you'll always be there for me as I will for you.
I love it that you're kind of short. At first glance, my eyes were caught. I promise to always be your port through life's storms.
And now for the exchange of rings. A ring is an unbroken circle with ends that have been joined together, and it represents your union. It is a symbol of infinity and of your infinite love. When you look at these rings on your hands, be reminded of this moment, your commitment and the love you now feel for each other. Robbie and Joe will now exchange rings and make a statement as they do so.
Accept this ring as a symbol of my undying love for you.
Robbie, accept this ring as a symbol of my undying love for you.
I now present two new life partners, Robbie and Joe. You may kiss. And now could I call forward the two witnesses to sign the register. First, I think we'll have you two sign. There you go. And Charles and Juanita, if you could come forward and sign, please. And we also have to sign the and if you could also sign the marriage certificates, please. Here. And Charles and Juanita. Here and here. And I have to sign as well. Thank you all for coming. An informal wedding reception will be held at Barnacle Bills on Paynham Road. Photographs and selfies will be outside in a few minutes, but we're not quite finished. First, now we have a blessing. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Congratulations, I now present two life partners, Joe and Robbie.